Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Iqmal Hafiz. I'm an electrical engineering student from group CEE 242 TC. My matrix number C 2021 808886. Okay. During post-COVID-19, Malaysia managed to achieve drastically economic growth, but still we cannot deny that the poverty start to gain the number by fact that the World Bank shown the data that our gross domestic GDP has increased drastically from negative 5.5% to up to 3.1%, and they predict that for 2023 is going to up again from 6% to 9%. Even though our GDP growth, our economic growth excellently, but still we cannot deny the rate of poverty starts to increase from 5.6% up to 8.4% in Malaysia, especially in urban area. So mostly people in Malaysia live in big city or urban area. So before we continue with the point, I want to explain about the GDP. So GDP is the total value produced by a country. So it can be a reference point for the head national and global economy. So from this statement from the fact that even though our economy was one of the biggest achievement for Malaysia after struggle COVID-19, still we cannot deny that the poverty start to incline in urban area. For example, during COVID-19, many workers were fired, so they need to find a new job that maybe worse than their job before, or some of people in M40 and some of people in M40 start to join B40 group, and also the family that they categorized by government in category in group poor family start to join hardcore poor family. So that's why as a Malaysian we need to worry about the increment of the poverty. And so what the solution for this issue? And okay, followed by the poverty line income, PGK. The rate actually is from 980 ringgit that been used at 2005. The government start to increase 2,208 ringgit until now. So we going through that they have many issue and the causes why this poverty happen. So although the government do everything like food assistance, still the problem still remain effective. If minimum wage is not enough to cope with cost living in urban area like education, healthcare and saving and what's on. So the wage that received by poor people are only enough for their food, for their shelter, and only for their children education. So they doesn't have a balance of their money or money surplus for their saving and emergency saving. So when the COVID-19 start to attack, those people be the most struggle lah. And also from Department of Nationality and the Civilization Department from UPM by Prof. Dr. Zahid Ahmad said that this problem start with the young people from a village start to migrate or start to come to the big city because of the no job opportunities at village or no job at suburban. So that's why they come to the urban area or to come to the city. Actually, so they were thought or they were imagined in the urban area, in the urban or at the city, they have high job opportunities and high wage. But actually, all that glitter is not good. Only few and who were lucky can survive in urban area. So those cannot cope with the competition in life will lost in the urbanization and be a jobless and become a poor. So all this problem, all this issue has been thrown by the government. So they provide so the Malaysian and the government and the communities, they provide the step to help the poverty, to tackling the poverty in urban area. So from the government, they agreed to maintain the provision at an additional RM100 for the 2023 salary increment to all civil servants, and then a new minimum wage for private sector that mentioned by former Prime Minister. It's gonna be a new that the minimum wage is gonna be high from minimum wage before. So another thing that we need to cooperation. So another thing, the cooperation from the between government and non-governmental organisation to organize the program that help the poor people or help the people that need it. So like from from Yayasan Hasanah, they provide a 3-step to help those people, which is first step is to give the community area involved and housewife learning the entrepreneurship, learning the business, how to make a business. And the next step, the collaboration with other NGO to gain a support, to get a support, more support. And lastly, they train the community leader to help and defend the community's right. And also another thing, So another thing, the suggestion from Dr. Zaid Ahmad, which is to increase the suburban to urban without the people from suburban migrate to urban area. So those people who don't need to so actually it's help a lot to list the budget to list those people's budget to in economic aspect by the transportation and fuel. So in this conclusion, even though there is still have a lot of factors that contribute to the increment of the poverty urban area, even the World Bank state that Malaysia is one of the healthy with the healthy economy, still we cannot deny that the poverty in Malaysia. So the recommendation that I use is the community need to cooperate with the government or the NGO to tackling this poverty, and also from the government need to do a more deeper research to find incentive or new solution or new productive step to decline the poverty. And for me, I think the individual attitude also need to be correct. For example, if the average rent average rent in city is 102 ringgit to 127 ringgit, but some of the renter reduced to the price rental to 100 ringgit to help the tenant, but still tenant unable to pay because of their attitude. So to me, lastly, as a Malaysian, we cannot clearly solve this problem 100%. Still, reducing it is one of the best way. So thank you for, that's all from me. Thank you.